Conversation between a student and a professor.
Okay, let's see. Right. Modern stagings of a Shakespearean classic. Well, like I told you last week, I think that's a great topic for your paper. So the title would be something like,
I'm not really sure. Probably something like 20th century stagings of A Midsummer Night's Dream.
yes, I like that. Straightforward and to the point. So how's the research going?
Well, that's what I came to talk to you about. I was wondering if you happen to have a copy of the Peter Brook production of A Midsummer Night's Dream in your video collection. I've been looking for it everywhere, and I'm having a really hard time tracking it down.
That's because it doesn't exist.
Huh. You mean in your collection or at all?
I mean, at all. That particular production was never filmed or recorded.
Oh, no, I had no idea. From what I read, that production, it influenced every other production of the play that came after it, so I just assume it had been filmed or videotaped.
Oh, it definitely was a landmark production, and it's not like it ran for just a week, but either it was never filmed or if it was, the film's been lost. And it's ironic because there's even a film about the making of the production, but none of the production itself.
So now what do I do if there's no video?
Well, think about it. This is the most important 20th century staging of A Midsummer Night's Dream, right?
But how can I write about Brooks' interpretation of the play if I can't see his production?
Just because there's no recording doesn't mean you can't figure out how it influenced other productions.
No, I guess there's enough material around, but it'll be a challenge.
True, but think about it. You're writing about dramatic arts, the theater, and that's the nature of theater, isn't it?
You mean because it's live, when the performance is finished?
That's it. Unless it's filmed, it's gone. But that doesn't mean we can't study it. And of course, some students in this class are writing about productions in the 19th century, and there are no videos of those. You know, one of the challenges for people who study theater is to find ways of talking about something that's really so transient, about something that, in a sense, doesn't exist.
Why does the man visit the professor? What is the subject of the man's paper? What do the speakers say about Peter Brook's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream? What point does the professor make when she mentions that some students are writing about 19th century productions of Shakespeare's plays? Listen again to part of the conversation, then answer the question. So now what do I do if there's no video?
Well, think about it. This is the most important 20th century staging of A Midsummer Night's Dream, right?
Why does the professor say this?
Well, think about it. This is the most important 20th century staging of A Midsummer Night's Dream, right?
Listen to part of a lecture in an art history class.
Good morning. Ready to continue our review of prehistoric art? Today we'll be covering the Upper Paleolithic period, which I'm roughly defining as the period from 35,000 to 8,000 BC. A lot of those cave drawings you've all seen come from this period, but we'll also be talking about portable works of art, things that could be carried around from place to place. Here's one example. This sculpture is called The Lady with the Hood, and it was carved from ivory, probably a mammoth's tusk. Its age is a bit of a mystery. According to one source, it dates from 22,000 BC, but other sources claim it's been dated closer to 30,000 BC. Amy?
Why don't we know the exact date when this head was made?
That's a fair question. We're talking about prehistory here. So obviously the artists didn't